Hello everyone, welcome to English class. How are you class? Well, today we will learn one of genre of text that give you amusement and able to entertain you when you read or listen to it. The text is narrative text. I'm sure that most of you must ever read or listen to narrative text. If you ever read or listen to Snow White, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Tangkuban Perahu, The Legend of Toba Lake, it means you know narrative text. Well everyone, to know more about what narrative text is, let's start this topic. Well, there are a lot of famous narrative texts in this world. As I mentioned before, there are Cinderella, Snow White, and Little Mermaid. For Indonesia, we have The Legend of Toba Lake, Tangkuban Perahu, Malin Kundang, Basuki Dragon, Mouse Deer and Crocodile, and etc. From the examples, we can conclude that narrative texts are in the forms of folk tales, legends, myths, and fables. Jadi dari contoh-contoh tersebut dapat disimpulkan bahwa cerita berupa dongeng, legenda, mitos, dan fabel merupakan bentuk dari narrative text. So the question, what is the purpose of narrative text? Apa tujuan penulisan teks naratif? Jadi sudah jelas, tujuan penulisan dongeng, legenda, mitos, fabel, atau cerita fantasi lainnya adalah untuk menceritakan kejadian di masa lampau dan menghibur pembaca. So, the purpose of narrative text is to tell the past events and amuse the readers. Sama-sama menceritakan kejadian di masa lampau, yang tentunya juga sama-sama menggunakan past tense. Jadi, apa yang membedakan narrative text dengan recount text? Jadi, perbedaannya, recount text menceritakan kejadian di masa lalu yang bersifat fakta atau benar-benar terjadi. Contohnya seperti pengalaman seseorang. Sedangkan naratif teks bersifat fantasi atau kebenarannya belum bisa dibuktikan, seperti dongeng, legenda, dan lain sebagainya. Now, let's see the examples of narrative text. Please read it for a moment by pausing the video. This narrative text is called as fable, which is a story of which the characters are animals. Jadi ini adalah contoh naratif teks dalam bentuk fable yang mana karakter di dalam cerita adalah hewan. By reading the story, you can see the use of past tense in the text. Jika diperhatikan, terdapat action verb seperti climb, move, drop, di mana kata kerja yang digunakan kebanyakan menggunakan verb to atau verb 2. Sehingga dapat dilihat pada kalimat-kalimat di teks, tenses yang digunakan adalah dalam bentuk past tense. Ada pula penggunaan kata later dan then pada paragraf ketiga yang menunjukkan time connective. Time connective adalah kata penghubung waktu yang mengurutkan kejadian menjadi rangkaian cerita. Jadi itulah ciri kebahasaan atau language features pada narrative text. Selain yang disebutkan tadi, ada pula penggunaan saying and thinking verb, yaitu kata kerja yang menunjukkan pelaporan atau ujaran. Misalnya said, told, thought, dan lain sebagainya. After finding out the language features, now let's see the structure. The first part is title atau judul cerita. The second part is orientation. It explains the characters involved, the time and the place of the story. Jadi menunjukkan karakter, waktu, dan tempat terjadinya cerita tersebut. The third part is complication. Here, the problem development happens. Jadi di sini terjadi pengembangan konflik atau pemunculan masalah pada cerita. The next part is resolution. Here, the story reaches the solution of the problem. Jadi terdapat penyelesaian konflik atau langkah yang diambil untuk merespon masalah. And the next part is reorientation, which is the conclusion of the story. Sometimes there are proverbs that represent the story. Jadi ini merupakan kesimpulan cerita dan biasanya berisi ungkapan-ungkapan yang mewakili keseluruhan cerita. Reorientation ini bersifat optional, jadi boleh ada, boleh tidak. And the last part is coda, or the moral value of the story. Terdapat pelajaran yang bisa diambil dari cerita tersebut. Coda juga bersifat optional, jadi boleh ada, boleh tidak. So, after listening to the explanation, what do you know about narrative text? In conclusion, we know that narrative text aims to tell past events and amuse the readers. Jadi, narrative text bertujuan untuk menceritakan kejadian lampau dan menghibur pembaca. Untuk generic structure, narrative text terdiri atas title, orientation, complication, resolution, reorientation, dan coda. Dalam penyusunan narrative text, kalimat-kalimat yang digunakan umumnya menggunakan past tense. Selain itu, narrative text menggunakan noun sebagai kata ganti orang atau binatang, menggunakan action verb dan saying verbs, serta menggunakan time connective. Well, class, now please watch a story related to narrative text. After that, please answer the question at the end of the story. Happy watching!
It was New Year's Eve. In a humble cottage lived a poor elderly man and his wife. The next day would be New Year's, yet they had no rice for the rice cake.
Without rice, we won't be greeting the new year properly. We can sell these.
We've got no choice.
It was decided the old man would take the old clothes to town to sell them.
All right, I'm off.
Now, you take care now. Fare thee well.
And the old man headed off in the direction of town. When the old man reached the outskirts of his village, he came face to face with 7 child gods that guarded the village.
Out here in the snow? The poor things. You must be cold. But I have nothing to offer you except my humble apologies.
The old man bowed, then proceeded in the snow. At last, he had reached the town.
Ah. Hey, some clothes for sale. How about it? Come feel this fabric. That's quality, quality. How about it? How about it? Come feel this fabric. That's quality.
However,
How about
everyone
it?
was busy on New Year's Eve,
Fine
and no
clothes
one
for
paid
sale.
any attention to the
How
old
about
man's
it?
cries.
Come on.
All too soon came the dawn, and still the old man had not sold a single piece of clothing.
I haven't been able to buy any rice. The wife will be so very disappointed.
Hey, you there.
Me?
Standing before him was a man selling hats.
Very nice new clothes there. You don't have any buyers?
No, I haven't. Not a single one.
I guess I do see. In that case, would you consider exchanging those old clothes for my hats? I'm afraid I made too many of them.
Hats?
The old man wondered what to do. He'd rather have rice than hats, but the man trying to sell the hats looked so pitiful that the old man changed his mind.
All right, let's exchange my used clothes for your hats.
Really? Thank you. You are too kind.
There we go. Well then, Happy New Year.
You have a safe trip home.
Thanks.
Carrying the hats on his back, the old man retraced his steps. After he had been walking for a while through the falling snow,
Oh,
he found himself back in front of the 7 child gods.
oh, my, all covered with snow. You must be freezing. Oh, you dear poor things. Oh, that's right. There. That'll protect you from the snow.
Then the old man went about placing the hats on the heads of each of the other child gods.
There. That's the last one. Glad I had enough hats. Oh. Oh dear, there's a problem. I'm one short. Oh, of course. I'm sorry, but please make do with my hat. Well then. Oh.
Dear, whatever happened to your hat? You must be very cold.
Yeah, and exhausted too.
The old man told his wife everything that had happened.
Oh, that's all right.
Huh?
If the child gods are warm and comfortable, wouldn't that be enough for them, don't you think?
Ah, you're so sweet.
The hours passed, and the bell signaling the new year began to toll. The old man and the old woman went to bed and to sleep.
Oh. What could that be?
I wonder.
Where is the old man's house? Where is the old man's house? Here is the old man's house. Here is the old man's house. Where is the old man's house? Where is the old man's house? Here is the old man's house. Here is the old man's
Oh! 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 What on earth happened? Oh! What could this be? I wonder, what could it be? Oh. Ah, so that's it. A thank you present from the child gods.
And so the old man and the old woman made the rice cake from the rice they had been given.
Well, thank you. Thanks to you, we had a wonderful New Year. Truly, truly, we thank you most humbly.
Afterwards, the old man and the old woman took great care of the child gods, and thanks to the child gods, they themselves lived healthily and happily ever after.